Writer-director Rian Johnson is back with his latest murder mystery film, the sequel to the very successful 2019 film, I believe it's 2019, Knives Out. He's coming out with Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. We'll be talking about that right now. What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for popping into my review for Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery which has a limited engagement in theaters. We're hitting Netflix later in December. Like I said, yet again directed by Rian Johnson, written by Rian Johnson. The first film was able to get him an Oscar nomination for Best Screenplay, which this time I think it'll happen again. Daniel Craig returns as Detective Benoit Blanc, where he's also joined by the new castmates Catherine Hahn, Edward Norton, Kate Hudson, Jessica Henwick, Dave Bautista. This movie is another murder mystery, and you can expect what Rian Johnson could do. If you've seen films like his previous films, especially Knives Out or The Last Jedi, particularly The Last Jedi, a lot of that stuff towards the end of that film, there's a lot of gotcha moments. If you watch the YouTube video, someone just posted, not just posted, but posted about The Last Jedi. There's a lot of gotcha stuff that happens in that. So what was he going to do? Well, guess what? An ultimate gotcha film where he's going to do the murder mystery film. And we get behind Benoit Blanc in this film, who actually, I think I liked him a little more in this movie than I did in the last movie. Daniel Craig is fantastic. He'll probably get himself another Golden Globe nomination. And like I said, the film will probably get another screenplay nomination because I think it's really good and really tight stuff. Even though I don't think the characters are as good as they were in the first film, you have Kate Hudson playing the character that Toni Collette played, basically. In the first film, very silly, whimsical kind of characters. No one really in this film, though, really was, like the side characters, I didn't feel like were as powerful and really entertaining as the Thrombies in the original Knives Out film. No one's going to beat Jamie Lee Curtis in this. I mean, the Ana de Armas character is kind of replaced in this with Janelle Monáe's character, who she's very good in the film. I mean, everybody's very good in the film. I just didn't think that the characters were as good as they were in the first film and not as interesting as they were in the first movie. I just think the first one was a lot more of a tighter written script. Even though I don't think this is bad, I think it's still very good. I just think the first film was just that good. And watching this, say, wow, this is a pretty good film. But then you remember how good that original movie was. But that shouldn't take away from this. I mean, look, it's still a very entertaining uh, murder mystery film. And I think it's a little too long. I think it should have been cut a little bit. I think Johnson maybe had so many ideas. There's a lot going on. There's almost too much going on in the film, but none of it feels sloppy necessarily. It just feels like a lot. It feels like a lot to take in. Even though maybe the first one did, the story, like I said, was a little tighter, and it all just kind of revolved around this Thromby family. There's a lot of characters. There's a lot going on. One thing leads to another. I mean, there's a lot of twists and turns, maybe even more so than the first movie. But look, I still think that this is a good film. It's an entertaining film. Rian Johnson's direction is really good. I think that the cinematography is great. The score by Nathan Johnson is fantastic. The production design, I mean, this is a very well-made film, but so was the first movie. And this is a bigger film. I mean, we literally enter this glass onion where Edward Norton sort of lives. This is his sort of getaway suite on this faraway island, which makes it feel very mystical, very fantastical. But all the performances, Ethan Hawke has a small role, which I really enjoyed. Leslie Odom Jr. Also in it, that did a good job. But like I said, characters not as good, story overall not as good, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means the first film was that good. This stuff is all just really entertaining. It's really fun. It's fun to see Daniel Craig come back to this character, and this is a very strong 4 out of 5 star film for me. I think that the first one was at least a 4.5 out of 5 stars, maybe even closer to a 5. I think, especially on the rewatch, that was. I mean, we just watched it last week. It really holds up. It's really an excellent movie. This, like I said, doesn't quite hit that level, but it is still very good, and I would recommend it. Just keep in mind it is a little longer than the first movie. It is about 215, 220, somewhere around there. So that's my thoughts on Glass Onion, guys. Comment down below. Do you plan on seeing the movie? What do you think about the first movie? And what do you think about Rian Johnson as director? What do you think is Rian Johnson's best movie? For me, it's probably obviously the first Knives Out film. Guys, you comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We just posted a review for Disney's latest animated feature, Strange World. You can check that out now. Also, we got reviews for Bones and All from the director of Call Me By Your Name. Very excited to see that. The new film, Devotion. Very excited to see The Fablemans. We've got a bunch of things coming out. The Way of Water. We have our tickets purchased. Very excited to see that. The Thursday it opens. So, guys, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at King of Rises 131 and on Twitter at RyanKing72. That's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. And until next time, over and out.